Welcome to another episode on Street Psyche, where it's always value with vibes. First of all, let's be real. Now, most people create resolution and goals because they feel it's an opportunity for a fresh start, or they feel it's a comeback, especially when it is that the previous year did not go very well for them. Now, one of the motivation to setting up resolution and goals is when people have had a very bad experience in the past and they want to make for it, and they want to come back with an opportunity for a second chance and to improve and to make the new year a better year. So they all feel like a new year should bring about a new me. So you want to evaluate your priorities, so this can help you in selectively choosing for this new phase of the new year, so you can know the significant to do and the insignificant things to let off. As the year rolls by, now we're talking about January, the beginning of the year. We're looking into the first quarter, the second quarter, the third and the fourth quarter, and then all of a sudden you find yourself losing motivation. Now you look back again, it was the same year that was saying hello, happy new year. Along the line, few months into the year, of which we had a first quarter, a second quarter, a third and a fourth quarter. Remember the first quarter of the year, you were so excited, you were so happy that it's a new year. Now, what happened over the year as the period went by? Setting goal not hard. Now to hit the goal, now there the work day.
And me and you know say you not go want to do the work, and at that one na him be the koko. Creating New Year resolution is very synonymous with creating templates, and with templates there are prerequisites and requirements. For you to actually achieve your New Year resolution, it requires more than just creating the templates. You actually need to have self-will, perseverance. You need a strategy and intense self-discipline. Brother, bro, come closer. Feeling overwhelmed by what you need to do is not necessary, especially if you know how to break them down. Now, in recent times, I've heard people say hard work is not what pays, but smart work. Achieving smart work, you actually need smart goals. Knowing what you want is one thing. Now, knowing how to get what you want done is another thing. Even though your dreams are valid, the step-by-step process you also need to get those dreams achieved in itself should also be valid. The SMART goal setting framework provides a structure that can help you to be able to achieve your goals such that your goal will be attainable and your goal will be tangible. What does the SMART stands for? For the SMART goal, S stands for specific. You have to be able to write what you want to get done in like 2 sentences. Let's put it this way. You want to write your goal. Your goal has to be such that it's clearly written and it is easily understandable by you. You want to get this done, or I want to buy this thing. Some of them go write goal, I see when I won't confuse my enemies. One person go talk say, I won't buy motor, I won't do this, I won't go club, I won't ball, I won't make my friends dey impressed. At the end of the day, you go, because the pressure is getting worse, and with this pressure, your goal becomes non-specific and you become disaligned. M stands for measurable. Here, you want to decide whether you are moving forward or if you are still playing.
Don't play.
This is going to help you to be able to measure the progress, whether you're making success or you are lagging and making failures. Take for instance my blood pressure or my calories, or I want to measure my weight. You have to make sure there is a metrics to the measurement that makes it facts and what with figures. Or you as an aspiring youth who wants to make impact, let's say you want to write a book. You don't want to just say I want to write a book. You want to have like 1,000 words per week. That's measurable. A stands for achievable. Brother, dreaming big is very good and a very smart plan for your life. But what is the chances of having to build your mother a mansion this year? This is a New Year resolution we're talking about you setting up. Like Erica said, 2 minutes or 2 seconds, everywhere blow, everywhere stew. That will not be for person who is lazy, now for person without the work. You get? So you have to see what is the probability of winning lottery overnight, or what is the chances of having to just start playing a sporty bet and just expecting your life to bank only on that. Yeah, the possibility and the probability is slim. Not that it's not possible, but when we're talking about setting goal that is achievable, you have to be what? practical and realistic.
R standing for relevant. Your goal has to be important to you. Like, your goal needs to make sense to you in the mind of your mind.
What I'm trying to say is this, like saving up for an expensive jewelry just to do oblate for the festive period. Now, it's not like it's not important. Like, even you yourself not even know what your oblate stand for. You get what I'm trying to say is, yes, a jewelry can appreciate and can have importance over time, but at that moment, do you really need it? The relevance has to do with high importance for you, and also it has to be definite. You get it? And it has to be very, very, very relevant for your specific need at a specific time. Now, T stands for time bound. Having a time frame helps you to know how far you have come and how far you have left. Now, you don't want to have a feeling like you have all the time in the world. Having to set that kind of time frame for yourself is you being unrealistic to yourself. No pressure, you get. But without having a specific time frame, you are just going to have to make yourself feel like there is plenty of time, of which in real world there is no much time. Now you have to set a specific time for your goals to be achievable. Now let's set a practical example, and let's begin with this goal, a SMART goal. I want to lose weight. Breaking it down in the SMART for the SMART goals. Now S can be being the specific. It could be I want to lose 10 pounds of weight and improving my diet. Now measurable will stand for something like I will use a fitness app to check my weight or my calories burned per week. So still on the goal of wanting to stay healthy. A standing for achievable. Now let's say I want to exercise 4 times in a week, or I want to reduce the amount of food from 4 wraps per day to 2 wraps per day, or reduce my carbonated drink. That's an achievable goal. Non-relevant. Now this goal is important to me because I want to achieve overall health, or I want to stay energized, or let's say I want to sleep. Whatever the options could be, still on staying healthy. And then the last but not the least, which is time bound. Say I want to achieve this particular goal of being healthy for this year. I could start by breaking it down in months, such that rather than having it as a big whole orientation, I could have it as smaller fragments, which is more attainable. But because the pieces makes up the whole. What to avoid to achieve your goal by the end of this year? Number 1, setting vague goal. Now a lot of people set New Year resolutions without having to make it more attainable, and it is too vague. For an example, I want to be fit, or let's say I want to be successful. That is too ambiguous. Rather than saying that, a solution could be I want to stay fit. So for me to achieve this, I'm going to run 3 miles per week. This is more attainable and more achievable. It's a SMART goal. So running 5 kilometers per week makes your goal have more clarity and direction. Another thing to avoid so you can achieve your goal is overloading yourself. Now, having to have too many things you want to achieve all at once is going to lead to burnout and frustration. You know, the burnout comes from a mental fatigue, and the frustration comes from having high expectations that you couldn't meet because you have too many loads of tasks on your list. Now another thing you want to look about is setting numerous goals and too ambiguous to achieve. It makes your attention spread, like spreading your seeds across the water. It ends up breaking the chances of you having to put an attention to a single task. The multitaskers agree to now. Now a solution to overloading yourself could be having to focus on small goals that matters to you and giving yourself enough time, adequate time to achieve them. Number 3 is ignoring progress tracker. Remember we said earlier that if you don't have a means to measure your goal, you are not going to know if you are actually making progress or you are stagnant in a place. Now progress trackers helps you to know whether you're moving forward or lagging behind or still in one place. Take for instance, how do I know if I'm actually growing in height if I don't measure my height? So a solution to not monitoring your progress could be having to utilize and master productivity apps and journaling apps, or having to use spreadsheets. Like in some years while I was in the university, I used to use my palm. I used my palm for journaling. You could set a checklist of activities such that This can help you to keep track of what's done and what's yet to be done. Now, another thing you mustn't do if you must achieve your goal this new year is being too rigid. Life is a box of surprises. Uncertainties can occur. Life might not go the way you plan it, and this year too might not go exactly as you've drawn in an outline or a template. Now, you mustn't beat yourself to the point that it gets to frustration when unforeseen circumstances occur and then you now start throwing your goals into the dustbin. No, like the popular saying goes, when life gives you lemons, you know what? You complete that yourself.
What's going on in this life?
So the solution to not being rigid is having to change with circumstances. Be flexible, like the Chinese proverb say, like the waters, be fluid and flexible. You get it? So that when your situation changes, you adjust your goals, but while adjusting your goals, you stay resolute and fixed on the objective at hand.
What's the problem?
A leader once told me, who I get inspired by, that if you are too serious with your goals, you will never achieve them, and if you are unserious with your goals, you will still not achieve them.
This is not what a man do. It can't be possible.
So the goal is in moderation. Another thing you don't want to do is having a lack of accountability. Without an external accountability support, it gets very, very easy for you to let off your goals. Me and you, we both know, say, it be like, I better pass my neighbor. They need to drag you like that small, I better pass my neighbor. Grown, before you go feel serious without your goals. So you actually need somebody from the external to give you that push and that external support so you can get pulled to achieving your New Year resolution. Now, a solution to not having a support on accountability system is having to share your goals with someone that you can trust. You get, like if you are a married person, you can share your goals with your spouse so they can help you and give you that support to achieve those goals. Now, for the singles, praying goals, come closer. You get, me and you, we both know, say God did for us. Now, at this level, you can share your ideas or share your plans or your New Year resolutions with your friends and with your mentors who can help you and guide you with a regular checkup till you have those lists checked up. Now, with Street Psyche, remember, it's always value with vibes. See you in our next episode. Happy New Year.